Hello, this is Miguel Colombo bringing you the daily headlines from www.maryjanecolombo.com. Media corporations are suggesting the Occupy movement is over after forcible police
evictions. All that
evictions.
remains of the former Occupy camp outside City Hall is a muddy mess. And in Berkeley, the last significant Occupy camp left in the Bay Area, just a few dozen tents remain.
However, public meetings and street protests in Philadelphia tell another story.
But things have really calmed down here a bit in the last half hour or so. Right down 15th Street by Hamilton is where a group of protesters are being peacefully arrested at this point. There's no firm numbers on the count, but we're hearing from police it will be in the neighborhood of 40 protesters getting flex cuffs put on and then lining up to be put in sheriff's offices' trucks.
Robert Reich, former Secretary of Labor and now a professor at University of California, was asked by the LA Times, "What has the Occupy movement accomplished?" It's had a huge effect on the national conversation. President Obama's speech in Kansas focused on precisely the themes the occupiers have been emphasizing: the concentration of income, wealth, and political power at the top, the failure of big corporations and Wall Street to keep the economy going for the rest of us. I don't think this sort of speech would have happened had it not been for the Occupy movement and the change in public debate it's created. Polls show most Americans today don't believe their children are going to live as well as they do. A large percentage feel the game is rigged against them. Upward mobility is now far more difficult to achieve. For most of us, the America we knew was one in which anyone could make it with enough gumption and guts and drive. We truly believed that America was a place where there were no class distinctions, although we saw the plight of the poor, particularly poor minorities. What's new is this sense that a relatively small number of people have rigged the game or loaded the dice in such a way that their positions of power and privilege are entrenched. Essentially, every time the excesses of capitalism threaten to destroy it, we save capitalism from itself. We did it in the progressive era, we did it in the New Deal, and hopefully we are at least beginning to do it now. The question is, how bad things have to get before average people begin mobilizing. Sometimes we revert to third parties. Sometimes we make such a ruckus, as we did with civil rights and Vietnam, that we force change. These movements must always start at the grassroots, and they always start with moral outrage. This is Miguel Colombo signing off from www.maryjanecolombo.com.